In this video, I will show you quickly how we perform earned value management analysis using MS Project. Okay, so now this is our plan. We have the scope, duration, schedule information, and the cost information. And we know that first we need to baseline this. So I'm going to projects. If you click on project information, click on statistics, you find no information about the baseline. So there's no baseline information. NA also there's no actuals. Because there's no baseline and actuals, we have only 0 variance. Now I'm going to close this. I will go to set baseline. I click on this button, click on set baseline. You don't have to change any setting in this dialog box. Just go with the default settings. And I'm gonna select the entire project. I want to baseline the whole project, and I'm clicking OK. Now the baseline got corrected. We have the reference, so we will confirm this. We go to again to the project information and click on statistics. Now you find the baseline information. Okay, now we set the baseline. Now it's time to put the actuals to evaluate the variance and other EVM metrics. Before that, we need to do 2 more things. We need to first add few columns here. There's many ways to enter and visualize the actuals and EVM metrics. I prefer this method, the method I'm going to show you, because I'm an Excel person. I like spreadsheets, so I prefer to have columns for everything. I want to visualize the information using cells and columns and rows. What you see here is your current view. What are the information you see in this 3-4 columns is called as the current view. Now I want to enter, click on this column, and if you double click, you could see all predefined column values, possible column values. So I'm gonna first select the baseline information. So if you go to this, so we have selected baseline 0. Okay, for every baseline you have the respective values for baseline 1 to baseline 10, baseline 2, and so on. I'm going to select a baseline start. So start it according to the baseline. And again, I'm coming to the next one. So next row, I'm selecting baseline finish. Okay, finish date. You see here, whatever value you see in these 2 columns are from these 2 columns. However, if you make changes to these columns, this won't change because these 2 columns are frozen. We have already made a snapshot of this plan and stored safely inside this file as baseline. Okay, so these numbers will not be altered by the actuals or if you make any change to the current plan. All right, so these are, so as at the moment, because we didn't make any changes to these 2 columns, we don't see any difference between the values in these columns, in these 2 columns and these columns. Okay, for example, the dates are same in both the cases. Now I'm going to add one more column. I'll go and pick let's select baseline cost. So I want to visualize the start, finish date, and the cost. So this is my plan, and I baseline these values. Now I have them here as baseline values in these 3 columns: baseline start, finish, and baseline cost. So they are the same. And then I'm gonna add another column called work percentage. Okay, complete percentage. So we want to know so far how much work we have accomplished from a task level or work package level, and also in total in this project how much work we have accomplished so far. So this task 0 here, you see this one, task 0, this is called the summary task for the whole project. And if you visualize the WBS, this would be the item in the top of the WBS, and we decompose this item into many levels of decompositions and then create work packages. Okay, so at any given point in time, if someone asks me in total how much work you have accomplished, I want to tell them we have done with 52% or 39% or 78%. So based on the values you enter here, how much work we are done at the task level, the cumulative value of task completion will reflect in this particular block or cell. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a new column for entering the actual cost. You see here, actual cost. I will select that as well, and that's it. So this is sufficient. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set the status date. Status date is similar to, you see this orange line, this is our status date, because we want to measure, we want to conduct EVM analysis on this particular date. This date could be the current date, or it could be any date in the past. The point is, to conduct EVM analysis, we must need the actual. If you want to do earned value management, then we need the actuals, because without actuals you cannot compute earned value and actual cost, isn't it? So this date, status date, could be any date in the past or could be the current date. Okay, now I'm gonna select this date. I go to projects tab and then go to status date. I will select a date. Let's go with today's date. Okay, as on today, I want to know how the things are, how my project is doing, and based on the day, based on the status date, the EVM values metrics will be calculated. If you set, let's say, I want to do EVM till October 29, 2023, whatever task you have on the list till this date will be evaluated for planned value, earned value, and actual cost. Let's say if you set some a date earlier than October 29, let's say we go with June 30th, then what will happen, you see here, there are some tasks which are happening till June month, and only for those items, okay, which are done on or before this particular date, EVM will be evaluated, will be calculated by the tool. Okay, that's the point, the importance of the status date. So let's select today's date. Now this means we're gonna calculate EVM till this point, October 29, end of October. Let's see which and all tasks come under this particular status date. This is 24th, and yeah. All right, so we must start brick work and wall construction by 2nd of October, and this will go on till 8th of December. Okay, so we need to update the information, actual information till this task. Okay, now I'm gonna do that. You have the baseline set, you have the status date set, you have the required columns with you. Now it's time to enter the actuals. Let's say you talk with your team on daily basis or weekly ones in your status meetings and collect the information, the actuals, work status updates from your team members, or task status updates from your team members. You ask your people whether this task has been completed or not, and you also collect the actual expenses incurred from the cost accounting tools and systems. We are going to enter those numbers inside this sheet. Now, to update the schedule information, you have to go to task, and you see here 10%, 0%, 25%, 50%. So we need to select it. For example, let's say we are done with this particular task. We're gonna just select 100%. Okay, and this one, yeah, 100%. This one we have done. You can also enter this values directly in this column. I prefer this method. So for example, I go to this one. Let's say I put 100 here. That's it. Okay, so this will be, you see here, you see this tick mark in this information column. This means this task is fully done. And here I'm gonna put we didn't complete this work. Let's say we have done only 80% of it, and this one 75% not fully done, and this one we started on 2nd of October. We have done with, let's say, 30% of the work, okay? Because the due date is on December 8th, so we had to complete around about 1.5 months of work. So let's put 30 here. Yeah, so we are done with the schedule information. Now let's put in the actual cost. Here we just need to enter the numbers, the cost information. So this is your baseline value. You see here the baseline value and the actual cost are the same. Whenever you mark a task as done, 100% done, whatever value we originally planned for it will appear in the actual cost. But you feel like the actual cost is more than what you have planned, so we can update those numbers. For example, in this case, I have spent more money. I'm creating some disorder, okay? We don't want everything to be perfect because we want to see some odd SPI and CPI values. We don't want to see 1. So I made some changes to the actual cost. The tool will automatically calculate the cost for each task based on the percentage of completion. Let's say you're done with 80%, then the tool will automatically compute 80% of the planned budget for this task. So $25,000 is the planned budget for this particular task. Now the tool understood that this task is 80% completed. So 80% of $25,000 is $20,000. Okay, so it will do this by itself. For all the 100% tasks which are 100% completed, you can update the values. You can modify the numbers. So once we are done with this, we are done with entering the actuals. We have entered both the schedule information as well as the cost information. And now it's time to run EVM analysis. So for this, first let's save the file. And you have 2 ways to see the earned value management metrics. You can add the columns you need directly here. For example, if you go to EVM, you see here you can find CV value, CPA value, cost variance. You see estimated completion. You just add these columns. Let me show you something. So let me put this one. You see automatically the tool has calculated the estimated completion value for the total project. We always particular about this first row because this is where we have the project summary task. At project level, what is our baseline cost? This is the budgeted completion, and this is our actual cost in total. So far, how much money we have spent. So from here till here. Okay, and this is the estimated completion based on current CPA value. MS Project has calculated the EAC by taking the CPI and the BAC value. Okay, this is our BAC. You can add all the required columns and see all the EVM metrics values. The easiest way is to directly go to view, and you see here tables. You have to go to tables, and you see here more tables. Click on this button and you go here. In this list you will find earn value. Okay, you can click that one. You have 3 tables related to earn value, and then earn value cost indicators and schedule indicators. Let me select this one, apply. Great. So now we are seeing all the EVM metrics. So we have the PV, and we have the EV, and we have the AC. PV is also called as budgeted cost of work scheduled. That's another name we used to call PV. And here we have the EV value. This means budgeted cost of work performed. And here we have the AC. This is also called as ACWP, actual cost of the work performed. And you have the SV value, CV value, EAC, BAC, variance at completion. All right. And this is the row we are interested in. So we want to know in total for the whole project, what is the current SV value, CV value. In this case, both are negative numbers, so you are not doing well in this project. Okay. And if you want to see the other numbers, you can go to tables again and click on more tables. Go to let's say cost indicators and apply. You see, along with BAC, AC, VAC, we have TCPI value. Also, we have CPI value. You can do the same with schedule indicators as well. Select earn value schedule indicators. Now you could see SV, SPI, and SV percentage. Here you could see, along with SV and SPI, you could see a new metrics. Well, for the PMP exam, we don't have to learn about those metrics, but this is something you will find in MS project. It's called SV percentage and CV percentage. It is computed by taking the current SV value, and we have to divide that by the corresponding PV value. And we have to multiply that with 100. When we do that, we get this value. Negative percentage means we are bad. How big the number, which means that bad we are. If you get a positive number, then we are good. And if then the percentage is a bigger value and also a positive value, then we are doing really good in the project. 0 means you don't have to worry. Okay. And now we can also go to the reports. And if you go to reports and go to cost, you can click on earned value report. You get some graphs of the, here we have the EV, PV and AC values. For the future dates, we have 0. So, that's why these 3 lines are dropping to 0 abruptly. Till the status date, we have information. And you can do a lot of things with this graphs. You can go and modify the fields, the axis values, the units and so on. So play with it. And you can also go to again reports, dashboard, cost overview. So you could see some summary of how we are doing in the project. So this much amount of work we have done, 23%. Yeah, so this is the total budget we have, cost, and we have spent some money, and this is the remaining funds we have in our project account. Okay, whatever we have seen here is sufficient, more than sufficient for you to visualize and understand EVM concepts to the core. And moreover, because now you have seen how it is done in a tool like MS Project, you know how to generate the values and prepare the report in your project. Okay, with that we are done with this part of the lecture. I will meet you in the next part of the lecture.